for Wheel to Wheels Miami GP. It is good to have you all in. Let me see who is joining me right now. Ooh, we have a couple of viewers coming in, and it is all good. We are going to go through some pre-race stuff, as we always do. Let's look at some of the incidents first and foremost. We have here, obviously, the weeks 9 to 16 races, and 17 to 24, and the cars and the change that went on there. All the guys on the track will be on the cars on that middle icon there, with races 17 to 24. That is where we stand with, as I say, some changes with Chameleon dropping to the Alpine, not liking it at all. It's a shite box apparently. Alpha Tauri for Budge, and Renanosaurus and Ruri Drain being rewarded with a fantastic Williams for that brilliant middle stint. Let's go through what we have as regards to incidents. We went almost a month without incident in Wheel to Wheel. And this week we have a Ganzi load. So here we go. Angry Chameleon was given 5 seconds and 2 points for an incident with more Mick on lap 22. The incident on lap 26 between Ronanosaurus and Vernie Vern was deemed a racing incident, as was the incident between Major Jam and Ronanosaurus on lap 32. Iron Man received a reprimand for pressing X at the start of the race before the races were ready. Big no, but he is just back after a long layoff, I suppose. Then we had an incident between Major Jam and that is Elite Carbon on lap 22, which was also deemed a racing incident. And once again, Major Jam in his third incident involved with Kaiser Gunner has also been deemed a racing incident. So all that being said, absolutely nothing affecting the standings that we had last week. So thankfully we can then go through what we had as regards to standings last week. There we go. We had first for Bunsey in that brilliant Aston Martin that he loves so much. It was all over it was all predicted very much so that he was going to take the Imola Grand Prix. It is his track, despite the fact that he had a bit of a ending to it with regards to the rain. But he persevered, and so did Big Knockos, getting in there with fastest lap, finishing second. Welch was in third. Budge, a little aggrieved not to be coming in at second, considering the incident that him and his teammate from Braun Cocktail were involved in mid-race. No report for that one. Iron Man with a great result on his return in 5th, driver of the day, as it turns out, according to the game. Ronanosaurus, consistent as ever, is still up in the top 6 with a 6th place finish. Elite Carbon coming in there. Angry Chameleon not enjoying whatsoever that drive last week. In a number of incidents, a number of reports reported, or incidents reported as well. But he is there and about in 8th position, with Vernie Vern right behind him in 9th position, and Blue Gunner in 10th, rounding out the scoring. 11th for Buffalucas. Mormick highly aggrieved at the fact that he was involved in, he was in 2nd place, ready to get onto the wets for the remaining part of it, the race, looking good, guaranteed to score points, probably in the top 4 or 5, because everybody would have to stop for that rain. And he was involved like in what was, as it turns out, a racing incident. I beg your pardon, the 5 seconds were awarded to Chameleon because of that incident. It was a little bit of give and take. It was a slight touch, but it was absolutely devastating to Mick's race. Ended up having to stop before that, get a different set of tires, then get onto the wets. Ended up right at the back of the grid, almost. Kaiser in 13th, with Why Not See in 14th, and a DNF from Major Jam, who was running quite high as well, and Griffin, normally as good as they come, in the DNF zone there as well. Okay, that leaves it with Bunsey out ahead, first to break 200 points this season. He is now what is he, 50 points ahead, 60 points ahead of Angry Chameleon, who considered himself in the title race. That may have suffered a dent. And as we said, folks, get it into the chat. I want to hear who finishes higher now, Budge or Angry Chameleon. Budge having a great result last week, taking him up above 100 points and jumping up into 6th straight away. And he is now only 56 behind the Angry Chameleon. Can he bridge that gap in these last 7 races? It will be interesting to see, needless to say. Okay, we had then Major Jam, who with the DNF remains on 137. Mayo Man Not Racing on 112. Budge on 101. K Flemo on 7th on 100 points. Rory Drain on 99. Blue Gunner on 98. And Griffin on 93 in the top 10. You can see there Knocko's making a massive jump now. He's looking like he's going to break that top 10 soon enough with results like second more often. Again, folks, look at this. This is the standings right there in the middle of those two reports. We have Bunsey on a 1-2 favourite to take the Miami Grand Prix. This is a slippy track and not many people have a lot of experience on this. It's brand new to this season. And it'll be interesting to see how they handle it. Budge now still back up at 2-1 favourite, second favourite, as a result of now being in that AlphaTauri rather than being in one of the lower cars that he has been all season. Is he on for a resurgence? Maybe not a title win at this stage, being 116 points behind, but on a push. The 3-time champ is back in these races. Rory Drain 3-1, K Flemo 4-1, as well as Elite Carbon and Ron Allosaurus. Is a Hero, Chameleon and Knockos all on 5-1 to win the race. Supreme Bio at 6-1, Major Jam and Blue Gunner all, and Why Not also, with Buffalo Lucas, Kaiser Gunner at 7-1, and Welsh Wizard Vernie Vern at 8-1, Mormick at 14-1, and Iron Man at 20-1. That is where things lie. We can see here we are on week 18 in Miami. This is going to be an interesting one. It looks like we've got an invitation from the Angry Chameleon, which we have. We will, of course, join that in just a moment. We are looking to kick off. Week 18 in Miami at 9:45 as always. As you see here, no update from the last race on the standings. Those are not the current constructor standings. We have to take into account, of course, last week's result, which are not taken to in the constructors. We haven't had an update on that. We will get to it, though. We will get to it. But let's join the Angry Chameleon and all the lads on the live stream. I am going to... Oh, there it is. There is the man, Spider-Man. Thank you. Oh, no, sorry, not Spider-Man. Harry, thank you very much for the likes there. Let's see. Where are we going? Oh, I'm not watching the right one. So, let's get into the lobby and just wait for the other guys to join us also. How is everybody doing? We have 5 viewers in. It is good to see you, folks. It's good to have people this early in the stream. What else we got? Are we in? It looks like we're in. All right. It looks like we're joining. There we go. We're in now. We hit the triangle to spectate, and it looks like we're early enough, so we're good to go. Okay, we will wait for that to happen. As I say, folks, I'm just looking to find out what your standings are, or what you think the standings will be come the end of this or this final sector of the season, I should say, the final third of the season, where we hopefully see people who were struggling behind make a push. Do you think like Budge is going to get into the top 3 again? He's probably not going to win at this stage. 116 points, a long way to pull out. But is Angry Chameleon going to put that behind him last week? That drive in that Alpine didn't suit what he was doing. Now, granted, we had also, a very frustrating race with regards to rain and incidents and stuff like that. Is this a case where he pulls back up and he starts getting podiums again? The problem is his biggest person to catch right now is obviously Bunsey, right out there, 60 points ahead of him. and ultimately he's the man he's winning races right now. It's going to be very difficult to see if Chameleon can bridge 60 points, whilst we essentially would have to have a complete capitulation from Bunsey at the top of the table. Bunsey just needs to be sensible about this last stint in his favourite car, the Aston. I say his favourite car. It's the favourite car he's been given, but he has performed exceptionally well in that car. Okay. There we are. Let's see if people are in. Are people in the stream? Are we? Looks like we've most people in. But we are not starting just yet. Okay. Whew. What an opening. Was that all right for you, Chameleon? Is everybody engaged? Is everybody ready for the week in Miami? Are they all excited? Because I'm not, because I fucking hate the Miami track. But anyway, it's I can't get over, if I'm being honest. We watched the Miami Grand Prix in Formula One this year. Honestly, can't get over the fact that they're putting this false harbour in the middle of a track when they're literally like one of these kind of coastal town or cities and all. It was a little false for me. It didn't look well. The track, it was what it was when in around the Miami Dolphins Stadium. I don't think it's a great track, if I'm being honest. But you know what? It's on the calendar now. They've probably signed a contract for a number of years. We shall see. Where are we? Where else? Where's the next one that I'm going to enjoy? I have to say, Imola was all right. Miami there and Monaco next week. I have to say the next one I'll probably enjoy is, that I'll enjoy more than others, is maybe Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan should be fine. But we've had an absolute delight of tracks so far this season. Unfortunately, we are coming into the final ones now, and some of the less favourable ones. Austria, not too bad. Bit of a square, to be honest. Fast track, home to the Red Bull, obviously. Okay, that is where we're at. These are the odds, folks. These are the odds. 1-2 for Bunsey, 2-1 for Budge. They are probably fair odds considering the cars that these people now find themselves in. Who do you think is going to take the race? Story Spider-Man, how art thou, fella? It is nice to see you in. Favourite for this race for you, Spider-Man, who do you think? It's got to be Bunsey, hasn't it? That's the default position at this stage. Kind of has to be. Is there an outsider? We say, is Nocco's going to turn this around? Looks like we're good to go. And we are. We are all up and running. We are 1 minute early before this broadcast, or for this race. Unbelievable. Impeccable timing by the wheel-to-wheel faithful this week. Fantastic. Okay. Here we go. And I'm going to turn on my other view for the main screen here. Put it on. There we go. Any inside stories coming from the pits right now? For anybody who may be on that might have some privileged information. We like to bring you all of the scandal from the wheel-to-wheel pits. Here we go. All of the is a hero for a podium. There's an interesting shake-up. Yeah. You know, this isn't Al Mazra, you know what I mean? Maybe, you know, if it was around Al Mazra in a 4x4 with a gun on the top, maybe. but in an actual Formula One car, to score points on an actual Formula One track is a hero. Hasn't exactly been lighting it up, has he? Considering the cars he's had so far. He did have that one extraordinary race. There is Buffalucas coming out early. Who else was out? I think is there. There's the Welsh Wizard, Vernie Vern. So it looks like, oh no, we had, no, who do we have? Buffalucas is out and about. Okay, so we will follow him around. Interesting shaped track, as I say, goes in and around the the stadium there in Miami for the Dolphins. We are looking at Buffalucas on his outlap. Bunsey out as well. The man who leads this championship, is he going to be the man? The first man in wheel-to-wheel history to dethrone wheel-to-wheel's 3-time champion Budge. It'll be an interesting end to the season for sure. But I think Buffalucas is the first car out. I could be wrong, but we will watch and see. Giving the tyres a bit of heat there, and looks like he's going to race to the line. You're definitely correct in that regard. There he is, across the line, first out. We'll see who else goes across the line after him. This is a very interesting first sector. Big S there after the straight, the home straight. Oh, and he puts it into a wall straight away. Why not see first come round? He's going to come in to a sector 1 disruption with Buffalucas. Hopefully he doesn't catch. I don't want to be catching that curve on the right hand side, as we saw. Absolutely crazy bad effect on the car. It is a bit of a windy one. It does remind me a little of Vernon warned about pressing X this week. We were misinformed last week by somebody who had apparent knowledge for the pits. Consider the warnings that had been handed out. This week we know Iron Man was the one who pressed it last week, but you know what? Vern probably needed that warning just as much as anybody else. Oh, and there is ball on softs as it turned out right now. Trying to set that fastest time. This is a very interesting part of the track too. I always feel that this part of the track is very narrow, and that this coming into the turns at the end of this is very difficult, because if you're chasing somebody down, you're a certain distance behind. It's going to create a situation where you have to make a serious decision on whether you're going to stick with the pass or not. But as he comes round down through the final sector, we're looking at setting at maybe 129 something here, a little over 121, 130. So there we go. Who else is out? Mormick coming around through. We had also Welsh Wizard who's gone at 130 as well. Mormick in the fastest car on the track, and he puts in a 132. He goes second. Detroit splits the two of them guys. Aaron Cameen on his outlap is a hero coming around. Is he going to prove me wrong? I only hope that he can, but honestly, history doesn't stand well on him. And there is Bunsey with a 129.6. Brilliant as always, and setting the standards. Oh, bit of a wobble there from his hero. Nothing to be worried about, I am sure. That is purely the way he drives. As he comes around into the final couple of turns, and it is going to be a third place just behind Welsh Wizard. A lot of 130s in the low 130s as it happens. Bunsey the only one to break it so far. K Flemo is out of qualifying for whatever reason. Iron Man coming around. Big Knocko's coming around as well. Big Knocko's coming around and must have invalidated Rodanosaurus. We have Iron Man coming around now. Is he still valid? He is. He's still valid, and he is coming through, and he's no longer valid now. He is out. He's going to have to go again. And that is everybody except Angry Comedian now, who is on a lap. He's coming down through this back straight. This straight, I just had it from, oh sorry, the back straight, not this one, but the one that's later on the lap. It just has me, it should be a more, this track should be better for passing than I think it is. And there's Comedian, who is invalidated also, probably throwing the Fantech out. Vernie Verne sent the 131. Going to have to get a bit more competitive than that, I have to say. But there he is, he's coming around again. Is he coming, is he going again? Is he down this time? He's in sector 2. Oh. He's in sector 2 and he is... comes up and around onto the final straight. Bit of a cut there. That's a very slow chicane that has the car jumping around a little bit as well. You want to be careful there. And he has won almost a full second down on his time. He's going again. Is a hero going again? Is he? No, he's close. He's gone in. So we have Vernie Verne News live, and he is coming down around through sector 3. If he keeps that time up, he's going to jump up. He's going to jump up probably into the low 130s there, probably in and around why not C time. As he comes down around across the track, what is he going to go? He's 130. He's improved, but he lost a lot of time in that last sector. Hasn't improved position, but has improved time. Budge out on the track. He is on the back straight. He is in sector 3. He is in 115, 116 time there. As he comes down around to this final corner, or the final corner of that straight, on that straight, it is 125. He's going to be rushing to the line, looking at a 129 something here. And he is, 129. He goes 129.9. About as close to being in the 129 or the 130s as possible, but stays in the 129s. He's the only person other than Bunsey to have broken the 130 barrier so far. And he goes ahead of Welsh Wizard. This is why Bunsey and Budge are first and second favourites to take this race, and as they were last week. We have sector 1, we have Ron Anasaur. He doesn't want to be touched. These curbs are lethal on these turns. You do not want to be getting involved in whatsoever. Where we go. Chameleon will get banned. Chameleon will get banned from the chats, or whoever this is. Is a hero running in a very fast car? Well, there we go. Yep, I'm just commenting on the fact that everybody's on tires. I'm not saying that I understand why or not. But, you know, Chameleon likes to think he can read minds, of course. Okay. Looks like Ron Anasaur was letting that happen. Budge getting jumped by Blue Gunner in his new car, the McLaren, probably replacing Angry Chameleon. I think Angry Chameleon should kind of concentrate on setting a proper lap. You know. Anyway, here we go. We're good to go. Let's see. First sector. It looks like Blue Gunner is just going to bring it home. Buffalo is setting at 129. Now everybody's jumping into this 129 bracket. I think we are going to see a low 129, maybe a high 128 to get the win and the podium in this one. It would be hard to get much more than that, I have to imagine. Mormick is out and around. He is 104. What's he now? Is he going around? He's not going to improve at all. He's just going to go again. That is not improvement. He just kind of let up a lot of time. Here we have Major Jam on a 130.4 previously. Let's see, he's gone through sector 1. He's doing a bit too much waving for my liking. Kaiser Governor's 4 seconds down, so he's likely going in. Angry Chameleon is about to settle up. We'll see how good he can do now. Watch out for those curbs, man. Don't invalidate this lap or anything like that. It'd be an awful shame if you did. Takes that nicely taken in those S's. You have a sector 3 yellow, probably people letting others by at this stage. Looking like a very safe drive from the Angry Comedian. He's I just don't feel like he's probably trying to set a good time or a good lap, or just get a banker in there, because coming into this very slow middle sector as he comes around down to the final big straight. I just feel like this is a bit of a safe drive to set a time rather than actually one that attacks the lap. I just don't feel like he's on that kind of a time, but then that might be just getting used to the new Alpine. As he comes down around, he's at a 121 coming around that final corner. This is alright, it's going to be alright. He's going to be around a 130, I have to say. Yeah, 130.5. That's a good safe time from the Angry Comedian. Doesn't take him into the top 10, but he's got a lap time on the board for which he can aim to beat. Safe drive, safe drive. Mormick, he is plus 0.06 of a second. Is a hero. Oh, we just missed Big Knockos take that time. He's after setting at 129.3. As they were now into the low 129s, and Bunsey responds with kind. He is right behind him, 128.9. That's probably in the region of the time required to take pole on this. There are people who choose other tyres for whatever reason. Anyway, Fudge coming down around, he is on a new set of tyres and he's going to try and beat that 129.9. Is he down on his time as he comes through sector 2? We shall follow and find out. So he's attacking that corner there, nice and tight on the inside, nice and tight again. Goes out wide, jumps the curve there, uses the sausage curve on the inside there, and there it is. That's a very attacking way to go through that sector. That is brilliant. He is down half a second on his time through the second sector and down into this. It just felt like a little bit different for Comedian, but it's right. He did need to say, he did need to set a time, I should say, as he hadn't done previously. Budge coming through this last sector, he's down half a second of time. Did he improve in the last sector as well? There it is, 120. He just slightly improved in that last sector, and he's down and back up to third. This is all the B's at the top. Blue Gunner, Big Knockos, Bunsey, and Budge. Oh, and he blew Budge. Just kind of not really sure what that was. But now we just need Buffa Lucas to get into the top 5, and anybody with a B starting on their name will be in the top 5 starting this race. Okay, so who have we got out on the lap? It looks like Blue Gunner's going again. He's coming down around through sector 2. He looks like he's down about 3/10, very close to that wall on the inside. This is a very aggressive lap from him. There you go, clip the inside curb and that one there as well. You don't want to be going out too far on the left there. There is people who have haven't done it right and ended up in the wall on the left on that second part of that turn. Okay, as he comes down around, will he be up and ahead? We haven't got much time left. Great, isn't it, Spider-Man? Absolutely massive time set now by the guys on the low 129s. Attacking that corner again, not too hard, no, doesn't want to be doing that. And there's a 129.1 going into second, just behind Bunsey. That is an absolute masterclass by Blue Gunner. Brilliant to see. Brilliant. Now let's see who else is out. It is Ronanosaurus is out currently. Budge 84 is on his lap again, but Ronanosaurus is just kind of making his way around. He is just he's on 5 minutes. He's just kind of warming up the tires now. This will be his last run, I have to imagine. I don't think he'll get around, do a hot lap and then go again, but he is going full tilt now this time. Let's see where he is as he goes through sector 1. He needs to set a better time than this. He is much better than this, albeit that he is doing it now in a Williams. It is going to be a tough final sector for this guy, or a final stint for this guy. Oh, he just lost the lock there. These are fast turns, like, but you can just lose it with the back and to and fro on it. Absolutely going for it he is. Let's see where we are now as he comes down through sector 2. See how he attacks this middle sector. This is important. See, close to the edge like the others. Doesn't want to be catching too much curve, and that is ideal. Now, here it goes. Inside curve, and just a bit wider than some of the others did. He didn't catch it as fast or as well on the inside as he would have liked. He is down half a second though, and that will jump him up a few places. He might be up above why not see, but if he continues this improvement, he should jump into the low 130s. This is an incredible drive. Depends on where his problem was on his previous lap. Attacking the inside curve there, just not going over too much so he doesn't get dragged around. There he goes again. That's a lovely way to do that, and he's going right over that curve as he goes for a 130 flat right above Is a Hero. I thought Is a Hero was on a fast settle. Let's see who we've got. Buffa Lucas isn't doing a lap at the moment. He is plus 19 seconds on it. Elite Carbon, let's see where this guy stands. This guy is in the 130s flats. Using up all the road there, attacking the inside and on that square corner. And going for it. Let's see where he stands at the end of sector 2. Nicely done there. Looks like he was passing the Williams, I think it was. Was that the Alvin? Oh, a bit sloppy in that corner, not getting as neatly as you would have liked. Attacking the next one, and again, clipping this curve nicely, and there we go. That's much better than we've seen, or different, we should say. But just quite well done there from Elite Carbon. A little bit different and better than Rhinosaurus had done previously. Let's see if it pays off as he comes around this final sector. He is a 130 flat. Can he be another one of these drivers to get into the 129s? Again, Bunsey the only one in into the 128s and just about to, but he's doing what we all thought was possible. Catching the curve there like that, getting dragged around, and he jumps up to 5th, going into the 129s, 129.7. But Welsh Wizard following him over the line and knocking him back down a little bit, also into the 129s. Everybody, oh! And that's a bit of a mess up from Elite Carbon. Now, is that going to mess up somebody's lap who was following behind? Hopefully not. Elite Carbon doesn't want to be impeding somebody on a fast lap, considering this will be whoever it is his last lap. Blue Bunsey hasn't bothered to come back out. Blue Gunner has set his last time. Big Knockout, the only one in the top 3 now to, or the top 4 to be on the possibility of a lap. Fudge not bothering to go back out. He feels like he's done all he can with the time on this lap. We will join guys further down. Looks like Angry Chameleon is going to go again. He is in the mid 130s. Everybody in the mid 130s or better really, except for Iron Man, who is back with us again this week. Only 2 minutes left. Looks like Welsh Wizard and Elite Carbon are just getting around again. Rhinosaurus has done his times. Is a Hero is in sector 3. Is he going to improve? He is not. He's on 130, so he's gone into the pits. That's his quality over. Angry Comedian hasn't improved on his time, and he plus 5 seconds on this last lap. He's going to start right at the back of the grid. It's a slippy track, this, folks. Everybody was saying it before. Big Knockouts cross the lap, 129.93. 2 guys in the top, and only a hair between them. Only a tiny hair between them. Look at that. Big Knockouts pushed to the end at a 128.993. Just in there. But like all these other guys setting incredible times. And that is the end of quality, my friends. Absolutely fantastic stuff from the guys. Well done. Angry Comedian won't be happy with that. He only got 1 good lap in, as it turns out. And that was the one we followed on. It was a qualified lap, to be fair. It was measured, to say the least. But everybody else putting in decent times. Iron Man, probably no experience with this track, is looking at improving with the faster car. But both Ferraris outside the top 10. As a matter of fact, they're all in the bottom 6, beg your pardon. Okay, so our fastest man, as it happens again this week, is of course our man Bunsey. 1 to 2 on favourite. Big Knockos in second, as it was. As we have Blue Gunner in third, Budge in fourth, Welch Wizard in fifth, Elite Carbon in sixth, Major Jam in seventh, Buff Lucas in eighth, letting down the bees by being in eighth and not in the top five. Brontosaurus in nine. Why not C in 10, Vernie Vern 11, Is a Hero in 12th, and Mormick in 13th, with Rory Drain in 14th, and Angry Comedian in 15th, one of his worst qualifying, if not the worst qualifying for Angry Comedian this season. He is going to have to do a lot of work from the back of the track this week, and he is not enjoying that Alpine whatsoever. Kaiser Gunn in 6th with Iron Man in 17th, and K Flemo eliminated early on in this quali and will start at the back of the track, or the group. It is time, folks. Zeros! There we go. A zero we shall have. Always time for a zero. Oi, let's go back to podcast mode for just a moment. This broadcast is brought to you. We say broadcast is brought to you by First Martians, Empires of the North, and Spy or Die Trying. If you're into board games and you like that as well, you should subscribe to the channel. You can do so by hitting up there in the top right, or top left, I beg your pardon, of the screen. Oh, and we have rain in Miami. Oh my God, folks, it is official. It is raining in Miami. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Like that, folks, all I can say is wow, fantastic stuff. This is going to make for an incredible race. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be good. And this may be exactly what the Angry Chameleon needed. Race favourites, folks. What is your podium? What is your podium this week? Do you think it's going to be Bunsey again? Bunsey does not like the rain. Does he like the rain on this track? Who knows? This is a slippy track anyway, as far as I'm aware. So it'll be interesting to see where it all comes down to. Oi, oi, oi. And Bunsey will lead us on the formation lap. Let's have a look, folks. Let's see where it all goes now. We're all on inters. It is going to be an inter start, that's for sure. So we will leave that on position change for just a moment so we can see. Bunsey bringing us around. Will we have anybody knocked out for shenanigans on the opening formation lap? We had somebody press X last week and all that malarkey. But hey, it does look like they are running the wings that would be expected. That's probably why they weren't in the low 128s. That's the setup probably. Bunsey is fast in the dry. Will he be able to retain it in the wet? That's all I can say, folks. It will be interesting to see. Oh, a bit of a slippy one there from him. Taking it easy. It will make these curves and these turns treacherous. They'll have to be measured. Maybe Comedian's preparation will be exactly what he needed in order to make sure that he gets around this track. That would have been a good way to. That's probably the way he's going to have to drive for this race. You know, see the guys there warming, trying to get those tyres up to temperature. I believe the range for temperatures, which is difficult in the wet, but the temperature that they're looking for is 93 to 96 degrees, is what they're. I heard the rumor earlier on. Here we are. We're back on the starting grid. People lining up, getting those one last turn to get those tires up the strength or up the temperature. And there we go. I would like to get the view from the other side. And here we go. And it's live. Oh, there's a jump start by Bunsey. He gets a drive through, as does Ironman and K Flemo. That has messed that up, and Big Knuckles does what he done last week and jump up into first. Early on, Bunsey's drive-through penalty letting go too quickly. And let's see, Angry Chameleon is up one position to 14th. He's up to 13th now, so he's making a move already. This may be exactly what he needed, and with guys behind him already on on drive-throughs and Bunsey ahead of him on the drive-through, this is going to be absolutely clinical. It looks like we've gotten away with it. Bunsey's back in front of Big Knuckles. But not too much of an incident. A couple of people jumped up, a couple of people, but all minor moves, all very safe through the first sector in this lap into sector 2, and people taking wide berths and inside berths and all that. And it looks like Welsh Wizard and Blue Gunner are going to be going at it. It's going to be close. Look at that. He is just leaving no room. Oh, that pushes him out wide. He wins that battle there. But that gives Bunsey a lot of space at the front there. 1.5 seconds ahead. 3-second time penalty already for the Ironman. He is looking like he is going to have one of those kind of races. He's got 2 penalties and it isn't even a lap done. It is interesting to see where people have gone. Angry Chameleon remains in 13th position. He is looking like Major Jam. Buffalo Lucas is back. Major Jam and Buffalo Lucas in a ding-dong battle at the end of this first lap. Buffalo Lucas is winning out on that though, and now Big Knuckles goes out in front again, but that's because, of course, the drive-through being served by Bunsey early on. He wants to get that out of the way and to make up for it all when it comes down to it. So he is back to 15th, and Angry Comedian getting the benefit of that penalty also. But those penalties will be off the board now. All those guys are done. Mormick going in there. He must have got some damage early on that lap. So he is back to the back of the pack. Okay, let's see where we go. Welsh Wizard is contending with Big Knuckles. Big Knuckles conceding first place now. Welsh Wizard up 4 places from 5th, with Buffalo Lucas in 5th. And Bud dropping back 3 positions. He's not liking the start of this race whatsoever. He is not surviving well in and amongst those guys who are battling hard. Major Jam has overtaken him now as well. Buffalo Lucas was way behind Budge, but he is now doing well. Buffalo Lucas up 3 and Welsh Wizard up 4. The best of them, except I suppose Aaron Chameleon, who's also 3, but he's at the back of the pack. So, Rory Drain up 5 positions. That's interesting. Let's see where he lies in that. Williams, he is in 9th, and he is a little bit ahead, but a long way behind the people around him. He is not. They're not going to have DRS or ERS. I beg your pardon, DRS. Once there is rain, but it'll be interesting to see if he can stay there. People will be burning the ERS, but carefully so. We have Budge hasn't used much of any. Fast lap set by Welsh Wizard as he is leading this race now and starts to open up a gap at the front. Bunsey now already back behind Kaiser Gunner by about 3 seconds. He's going to looking to be he's not as comfortable as you would have thought, but again, we did say last week he wasn't happy with the rain either. So maybe, just maybe, it's a case of he just needs to get through this initial stint. Maybe we will have a dry last sector to this race, or last run to this race. That might have been. Looks like he just about stayed in bounds there, and won't be getting a warning. But he is dropping a little bit off Kaiser Gunner, which tells you how much he does not like this track, or does not like the rain. Angry Chameleon is kind of set right behind Is a Hero and Vernie Vern. That's a sandwich to be involved in if ever you're going to be involved in an incident. I think this could bring the biggest incident rage result you could possibly have imagined. It would have been. It's going to be brilliant. Okay. See where we go. Who else? We've got Blue Gunner and Elite Carbon going at it again. At the front. Elite Carbon on the inside. As they come around, and that Alpha Tower is showing its speed. But Blue Gunner has the inside, and he has also got the extra power. But you can tell that Elite Carbon's not going to give that up by a long shot. Buffalo Lucas enjoying his race so far. Also, he is nicely tucked in there behind in front of Major Jam and behind Elite Carbon. Mark Birney, once you get a wheel on this game, you'll never go back. That's for sure. I'm pretty sure all the guys are on a Fanatec or a G29. To say I have a G29 here as well. Don't use it as often as I used to. I have demoted myself to commentary and putting up with all sorts of abuse for the job that I do here. But we much appreciate you joining in, Mark. It is good to hear from you once again. It's been a long time, pal. It is good to see you. Yeah, let's see. It is an immersive and just an enjoyable experience playing this game on that. But let's see who's closest on the track. It is a bit tentative out there, as it always is in the wet. Kaiser Gunner close to Vernie Vern. They're the two Red Bulls. They're the closest on track at the moment. And Bunsey has caught up to 1.4 seconds behind Kaiser. So Kaiser being held up a little bit, I have to imagine, by Vernie Vern. He isn't. Why not see losing a few places there? Angry Chameleon up to 10th. Vernie is a hero. Oof, that's a rough one there. Oh, and is that Vern trying to go down the inside? It sure is. Look at Vernie. Vern trying to go down the inside. Oh, and he's gonna be. Oh, there's the. Oh, I would. Come on, challenge him for that. Come on. You gotta go for that. You just gotta go for that. Oh, and he's gonna go in. Oh, he's gonna cut the corner. Is he gonna cut? Oh, is he gonna give it back? He is. He's giving it back. Oh my God, this is great. This is what we want. This is what we want to see him wheel to wheel. He's after losing a whole lot of time and probably got a severe warning for that corner cut in turn 1. But this is what we want to see. Mormick setting fastest lap. Wow, Mormick is coming back. He's at the back of the pack, but this dude is going to set times now in that Ferrari. Brilliant. How is it going, the Mayo Man? Are you back in the sovereign state of the Republic of Ireland yet? This is what we're looking for. Budge now on the back of Major Jam and Elite Carbon also. It's just a bit tentative. Half a second behind is still a distance in this game as it happened, because it's dangerous diving into the corners and not braking incorrectly in the rain. But it looks like it has stopped raining and it is about to dry up. We may only get one stint on the intermediates, and these guys starting to set down times. Let's see. We will change position change to tyres, because we will then start seeing when these guys decide that it's dry enough to do this or not. Okay, is a hero. Angry Chameleon up to 10th, still a bit off of where he needs to be in order to keep him pressure on the likes of Bunsey, who has now overtaken. No, he hasn't. I beg your pardon. Why not see has just replaced Kaiser Gunner at the back there, but Bunsey is all over the back. This is where we will find out the true nature and the true steel of a champion, a potential champion. Can he make this race work regardless of the fact that he had a false start penalty, drive-through penalty? Okay, so Angry Chameleon's a long way off of Rory Drain, so he has got a lot to make up. Mormick setting another fast lap. This dude is enjoying this track for sure in that Ferrari, and he is. Oh, and that's a bit wide there from Vernie Vern. That's probably allowing Is a Hero. It sure is. We were just wondering where he was. And that's going to allow his teammate Kaiser Gunner to make a move at some stage as well, if that continues. But look at the difference in the speed in this Red Bull and this Mercedes. Absolutely fantastic. Great to have you in, Mark. Great to have you in, Mayo Man. This is, I beg your pardon, this is it. No, this is the F1 2022. This is not manager. This is live racing by the guys in wheel to wheel racing. On Facebook, I beg your pardon, there is no there's no possibility to put Formula 1 or F1 2022. It's not possible to put F1 2022 as a game on Facebook for whatever reason. Iron Man getting another penalty. He is not enjoying this. Mormick is at the back. He is 7 times back there, but Welsh Wizard now getting the fastest lap. This is definitely drying up, and we will see more moves. Budge now looking like he's in a position to challenge Major Jam going the inside. No, he's going back out. He's too far behind. He is 2/10 behind. Let's see, Elite Carbon. It is kind of set at the start, at the front. Welsh Wizard absolutely blowing people away on this track. He's liking it. It just now needs to maintain it. It looks like the guys in the pits now. Yeah, there we are. We have the first of the guys going to slicks. It is Iron Man onto softs. We had 3 guys go into the pits and 3 guys come out of the pits with 3 different tires. Were any of them a mistake? Who knows? But they're all looking at different ways to do this. Okay, we are 7 of the 29 laps done, and Budge's fallen back a little bit there, but Kaiser Gunner is all over the back of his team. Well, his constructors teammate, but not his actually constructors championship teammate. He went late braking there, and Verne goes out wide and slow. But now can he cut back inside? Oh, this is a tantalizing Red Bull battle. Oh, and look at that. That is an incredible move. Is that going to pull off? No, it's not, but he gets him on the switchback. Oh, they're swapping back and forward, and Verne and Kaiser going side by side through that sector. That was incredible. And Verne touching wheels as he tries to move in towards the wall, but there is no more room for Kaiser, nowhere to go. These guys are battling hard, and as a result, Bunsey now up to 11th as a result of that, because he took advantage of the fact that Kaiser had to back out of it. What an incredible battle. Everybody now in the top, from Welsh Wizard down, bar Major Jam and Ron Anasaurus going into the pits. You have to imagine that they're all going to go, yeah, look, it's all going on down. We've had the changeover from, and they're all going medium. They're all going medium. Well, a lot of them are going medium. But Angry Chameleon going soft. He has to try something different. It means he'll stop again. But do all of them have to stop again? That is the question. I can't imagine 21 laps being possible. But it may also be that we don't know something about what's going to go at the end of this. It may be a soft, medium, or a hards to the end. Maybe Mormick, Verne, and Rory Drain are onto something. I just don't know if the hards are very good on this track. We have Kay Flemo, who didn't go in this time around in the Haas. And we have the 2 guys out in front, Major Jam and Rhinosaurus, who didn't go in either. They are going to look to make that now. And we will have people back in the order and as and when we felt it should be. But look at this, Bunsey is now on the back of Chameleon, the 2 guys in the top 3. We have Ronanosaurus, who's going to drop right back also, but those guys are in the top 3 of the championship this year. As I say, Mark, this is actually Formula 1 2022. It's just not possible to put it as a game selection on the setup when you're doing Facebook. But it is on my selection for YouTube, I believe. And there is, it's a hero. That was not pretty. With Angry Chameleon and Bunsey jumping up to 12, they'll be in the points soon enough. You have to imagine that Angry Chameleon is looking to set some serious laps here with those. Kay Flemo now gone in to the pits, as is Ron Anasaurus and Major Jam. We will see where they come out after doing that 1 extra lap. Kay Flemo, where we go? We got all them guys dropping back. They may have lost a lot of time on that lap. Going that 1 extra lap may have been detrimental, but Kay Flemo going long. Oh! And that is Buffa Lucas around, and he's lost his wing. So that is Buffa Lucas back. That gives another position to Bunsey and Angry Chameleon. who are looking to push up this championship table or championship fight. Oh, Budge all over the back of Ronanosaurus now as Ronanosaurus came out on those mediums. Budge on the mediums with 1 lap older, and there they are, warmed up and ready to go. He's in the faster car. Oh, that is close. Budge and Ronanosaurus, extreme professionals in this, and Budge comes out ahead in 6th position. He is now looking at Major Jam, which is who he was behind ahead. But look at this. He's actually, for all of his problems, he was on the back of him there. He was within a few tenths of him. He is now 2.6 seconds behind him. So Major Jam going that extra lap did him the world of good. Incredible stuff. And we have Welsh Wizard setting fastest lap once again. He is now 3 seconds ahead of Big Knockos, who is outside of the DRS zone of everybody is spread out nicely. You know what I mean? They're all spread out nicely to the point where they're just not going to get it. Bunsey setting fastest laps now. So Bunsey's tyres have come good. And we have Buffalucas in to get that wing change as predicted. Whew! I think the guys on the hards are going to go long. Is Rory Drain, K Flemo and Mormick onto a thing now. They might be going without stopping again. You have to imagine the mediums and the softs will have to stop again. So Angry Chameleon is now right ahead of Bunsey. And you have to imagine Bunsey is going to start pushing. He's going to start pushing because that Angry Chameleon does not like that Alpine, and he is fighting it all the way around this track. He is, of course, all over the back of Rory Drain also, who's on those hards. The difference is the guys behind them are all looking to go and stop again likely. But look at this, Chameleon is going to have to park that car very well to stop Bunsey getting by, and Bunsey is a lightning quick all year, and he is leading this championship. So here we go. Are we getting DRS? No, we are not. We are not in the DRS time yet. But Chameleon just retaining that advantage, having the faster car and the faster tyres. But those tyres will start to go off soon enough, you have to imagine, as he challenges. Oh, look at that. As he challenges Rory Drain. And Rory Drain doing Bunsey a big favour here, you have to imagine. Ronanosaurus now all over the back of Budge. This is incredible to see. These battles are just brilliant. And Angry Chameleon has made... Oh, he hasn't. He thought he had there for a second, but look at this battle, folks. This is an incredible battle in the midfield between 3 incredible drivers. Bunsey now there is a hero joining the back of that battle. Why not see a bit of catching up to do on the mediums, but we will see how Buffalucas, Mormick and K Flemo, those type of guys, and Verdi Vern of course, go on those hard tyres to the end. Rory Drain doing himself big favours here, not letting guys like Chameleon and Bunsey by, but he will only have so much to battle. Oh, and Chameleon may have just done it. Oh, that is incredible. Still behind Rory Drain and losing some time as well. Bunsey losing a bit of time to them, was just so tight going through that very slow sector that they all committed to trying to make an over a pass, but they haven't. Rory Drain is now 4 seconds behind. Oh, and Chameleon has overshot it by a long way, missing braking points, missing everything, and the frustration is told. He is after putting himself in an absolutely horrible position as a result of that. Oh my god, he's out of points. That is where just sticking with it is what is necessary. He was just getting frustrated behind Rory Drain, and we saw him overshoot it straight down the runoff area, and now has lost a ton of places. Bunsey now hunting down Mormick, setting fast laps once again. This dude should not be in second to last position, that is for damn sure, with all these fastest laps he's setting. Now Bunsey is trying to catch up with Rory Drain, but Rory Drain doing himself an absolutely power good going on to those hards and lasting this long ahead of guys who are in faster essentially, but also in faster cars, but also on faster tires. Look at Elite Carbon just maintaining that great fourth position, and again everybody around him will likely have to stop once again. This is going to be a great finish to this race. I am really looking forward to seeing how Rory Drain and Elite Carbon fare out. The only thing that could do them out of a good run here is, of course, a safety car, which would be devastating to finish this race off. But Bunsey is now within the DRS, and we have DRS activated. It is all good. Let's see this battle as it plays out. As they come down the front, the home straight, Bunsey with the fastest lap, 1:32.9. Incredible stuff. Whoa, let's see how we go. Mormick, another fastest lap by Mormick. This dude is 7 times. It's unreal. He's all the way back here now. He's all over the back. K Flemo not enjoying that start either with his, I believe he had a false start as well. Drive-through penalty. Bunsey is past Rory Drain. He has done what Chameleon could not do. Big Knockos gets a 3-second time penalty, as does Blue Gunner. That puts Elite Carbon above Blue Gunner, and it puts him in the race with Big Knockos too. Elite Carbon is going to be a real contender for the remainder of this championship. Let's see these middle few. Is a Hero, Rory Drain, Bunsey, Rhinosaurus, Angry Comedian back down in 12th now as a result of that overrun, and he's going to have to make that stop on those softs a lot sooner than he would have liked now, probably burning them up a little bit. He's going to have to be careful. Where's his tire wear at? And he is being held up once again. He's not enjoying the passing game. It's not something he enjoys doing. He wants to be careful. He is very conscientious most times when he's doing this sector 3 turnaround. But look at that. Angry Comedian is just trying to play the smart game here. He's not trying to put himself in a position. But if he ultimately gets frustrated and he can't pass, derating from the both derating, Angry Comedian and Why Not See both derating. So that's not a good position to be in this at this point in the race. Why Not See is 5 seconds off Is a Hero, and to be fair, Chameleon was up. Buffalucas gets fastest lap. There's another man that shouldn't be where he is. Angry Chameleon, or sorry, Mormick now above Iron Man, and he is all looking forward to overtaking on. Iron Man went for that soft medium strategy earlier than some did. Oh, look at this, and this is the battle. And Chameleon bullying his way through there. He wasn't going to lose another one of those battles there, but he is struggling with this car, to say the least. They have now lost 6 seconds on Is a Hero. That is going to be difficult to make up in this final 14 lap. We are over the midway point in this race. But Angry Chameleon is going to spend a lot of time battling with Why Not See as he comes around into this final sector. And if he's having to battle with him, and there's the DRS, you have to imagine it's going to slow him down. They're going to lose more time on the guys in front again. We have Welsh Wizard in, or we have Welsh Wizard around, is it? No, we just had Big Knockos reel him in, but essentially Welsh Wizard is still first in this race. Blue Gunner now only 1 second behind, and as it happens, Carbon is still lying as in 3rd position. We haven't got many people in touch, but Ronanosaurus is in touch with Budge through this middle sector. It's always interesting to watch the battles because it's left, right, and you can go long one way and then inside the next time, and you just have to wait for the opportunity and pounce. Oh, and a bit of a swirl there as Rhinoceros loses it going through that sector. Out of that final turn onto the straight. He does get the DRS, but that Williams does not compete incredibly well with, excuse me, with the AlphaTauri of Budge. He is now 6.66 behind in second points of second behind Budge. So it's still a little spaced out. Angry Chameleon behind Why Not See once again. And Chameleon running into Why Not See. Chameleon running into Why Not See and allows Kaiser Gunner to jump them both. That's insanity. Oh my god. I think Why Not See lost it in the turn, but Chameleon just ran into the back of him. Inside line for Why Not See right now, but Chameleon has him. Chameleon's made that pass work. But look at that. Angry Chameleon is now they're now like they're nearly 10 seconds behind. They are more than 10 seconds behind Is a Hero, so they lost 4 seconds in this battle. Why Not See an Angry Chameleon battling like they're at the top of the championship or the top of this standings in this race? But because that's how much it means to them. Angry Chameleon going as long as he can on these soft tires. He has to be thinking about making that. A DNF for Buffa Lucas means he is out of this race, and we don't have a white car out. We are not in VSC situation. That's okay, or VC SC. VSC and SC, neither of those there, but we did have Buffa Lucas. It was out of this race. More trying to make an impression in this race once again. As you say, he's been setting fast lap all the time. He will go long with these hards, probably most likely to the end, and it'll be interesting to see where those guys stand. Elite Carbon is now almost on the back of Blue Gunner. You have to imagine that these guys at the front are just trying to make sure that they allow the likes of Major Jam and Budge get back into this battle. The unfortunate thing is that two of them now have penalties of 3 seconds, and that is going to allow Major Jam and Budge get back into it if they can bridge that 4 or 5 second gap as this race comes to an end. You have to imagine Elite Carbon really likes the situation right now with being on those hards with 12 laps remaining. Budge trying to do it right. He is just maintaining his position ahead of Rhinoceros. If he can get into the DRS of Major Jam, he will sit comfortably there, maybe even overtake Major Jam. Maybe he's the man that needs to be set free in order to track them guys down. Angry Chameleon back behind Why Not See once again, and he is not enjoying this battle. This has them ruined. This will be one of the first races that the Angry Chameleon did not score in, and that is questionable entry into those corners by both these drivers, but they are battling and they are not given a yard to either one. Angry Chameleon is determined to make this work. But Why Not See is now 3 seconds behind Kaiser, which means that they are now 14 seconds behind Is a Hero. This is an incredible midfield battle, and it is costing both of them. Angry Chameleon is being overtaken now by K Flemo. K Flemo, who had the DRS on that stretch because he got close enough to Chameleon. Chameleon is likely to change these tires. There it is. That's what, I was going to say, he's going to change these tires now. That is the end of these. He's going to have lightning quick tires coming to the end of this race, but he's going to have a whole lot of overtaking to do. And if ever we know somebody who doesn't like to overtake, it's the Angry Chameleon. As per his request, can I please pass? And that's not no ethics in this race. Anyway, here we go. Angry Chameleon is last, not by much. Iron Man. There we will see where he comes out. Probably about 10 seconds off, but he will have great tires to the end of this race. Iron Man has nice tires too because he's still only 4 laps old. He will go to the end, but it'll be in an awful state. So he's 9 seconds back from Iron Man, but there are guys ahead who are going to have to stop again. Kaiser, Why Not, Is a Hero, all them guys who are in that battle are going to do that too. But the 3 guys ahead of him, Verdi, Verin, K Flemo and Why Not See, do not have to. K Flemo having an incredible drive here. Oh, and we have a stoppage on the track. Oh, that was nuts. Bit of a tap there between Flemo and Why Not, and that brings all those guys back into it. And it means that, like, wow. What do you do? Very now has jumped Flemo and Why Not. More Mick has jumped Why Not. Wow. What do you do? What do you do? So anyway, it looks like Kay Flemo and Vernie Verne are having a ding-dong battle here. Well, that was questionable at best. But look at the speed difference in those two cars. Despite that being half a car length behind, Vernie Verne has remained out in front, but he goes well wide and then inside in the next corner. And that's kind of what you give up on this track, with the amount of windy turns that you have in various sectors. And there is that false marina, as we where is it? You can see one of those blue sectors there. There it is, the false marina. My God, Americans have to just try and one up every racetrack on this. Kaiser Gunner all over the back of Ronanosaurus. Ronanosaurus has dropped off because he's stopped. He is no longer in that battle with Budge. Bunsey now out of that. He's all the way up on Budge without stopping, so he brought himself well back into the points here. Not worried about Angry Comedian, who now has a penalty on top of everything else. What are the penalties in this race so far? The penalties are 6 seconds for Iron Man and 5 seconds for the Angry Comedian. Blue Gunner and Big Knuckles at the front have 3 seconds, which means that Elite Carbon is currently running in second place. This is all going to play nicely into certain people's hands by the end of this race. And it looks like we have Budge and Welsh Wizard stopping for mediums. Because they're going medium. Where will they come out? So Budge looking like he's coming out ahead of Kane Leno. In competition with Kaiser. Kaiser lets him go because this is not the race he's involved in. Budge remaining in the points despite making that final stop. Vernie Verne on the hards, having trouble fighting Mormick back here, who's having an exceptional race. But for that penalty at the start, you have to imagine Mormick will be up amongst the point scorers in this race. And he still yet may be. We still have Kaiser Gunner to stop. The only thing is he's going to have to run real long on those hards. Rory Drain on the hards in 6th position, looking at the guys around him, having made those stops. Welsh Wizard are going to be well poised to overtake him, that's for sure. Is a hero all over the back of him on those 13 lap all mediums, but is a hero will have to stop, so he may retain it just on that. You have Bunsey and Major Jam there, who made Bunsey all the way up to 12 or 5th from last position because of that false start. What an absolute massive recovery drive from him. It's just in contrast to the Angry Comedian, who had a frustrating middle sector. Stint, I beg your pardon, not sector. Okay, so let's see. People are a little spread out right now because of the fact that people are on different strategies as it comes to an end. But Vernie Verne lose a bit of speed or time on Mormick there, but he still in touching distance. Mormick, of course, will go to the end, as will Vernie Verne. And that's going to make it very difficult for the Angry Comedian. There's a lot of time to make up in these final 8 laps. Angry Comedian looking set to be outside of the top 10, not scoring this week. It's been a frustrating couple of weeks in this Alpine, and he was giving it everything. The first difficulties he found himself having was, of course, being behind Rory Drain and not being able to get in front of him. Rory Drain, of course, 6 seconds behind Bunsey, who is yet to stop again. But if Bunsey can do this right, he won't be too far behind. Welsh Wizard now all over the back of Is a Hero, who is still to stop once again. And he's going to jump up. He's going to leapfrog a lot of guys up there. And it's just how much of a gap can he reel into those two guys for running on the hards. Be interesting to see, folks. Angry Comedian 7 seconds behind Iron Man, who's 4 seconds behind Vernie Verne. And nobody up until Kaiser is stopping again. And you know Kaiser is fond of doing something bizarre and weird. He may actually He may actually go to the end on those mediums and nobody even notice. But we will keep an eye on it. Maybe his plan. But look at these two Mercedes going at it, hammer and tongs in the middle here. Look at that. It's just brilliant driving by most drivers. It's unfortunate some of the incidents that happened so far in this race. Why not see losing it in the corner of the medium one into the back one, cause him to wobble, lose a bit of time then on the chasing pack on the pack ahead. It's and then losing some positions. Also, Kate Lemo having a good recovery drive. Also, the guys who had a questionable start are actually having quite a reasonably good final stint in this race, and it's good to see that. Like, I mean, they didn't give it up. They are going for it and they're trying to score some points before the end of this race. Is a hero. Oh, is a hero. Is a hero jumped by Welsh Wizard there because of a mistake. And now Welsh Wizard's all over the back of Rude Drain. Can he make that pass that eluded Chameleon so much? These guys, this is where it's at. We will see it all kind of change again once the people make the final pit stop that they're expected to make, or it may be a case where the guys at the front just go for it. They probably figure at this stage there's not enough laps left that they can make up the time they need to. At this stage, there are people at the front who would be giving up podiums if they were to stop. It'd be interesting to see if it's possible on those mediums. Is a hero looking like he might be thinking about going the full length. Budge sets fastest lap. He is on a push. He is after overtaking Major Jam. Oh, but Major Jam touching the back of the car, and it looks like that was detrimental to Major Jam there. Mormick still pushing. He is still going. Kaiser Gunnar has made the stop. Kaiser Gunnar's going soft for the remainder of this race, and he's going to be hard for the Angry Chameleon. Looks like the Angry Chameleon come down the outside there, as we saw. Kaiser Gunnar gets out ahead of him, and now he is on the softs. And Chameleon, that's the only guy that was within touching distance really that was probably going to stop again, and he hasn't made it happen. And now Kaiser has the much superior car and tyres for the remainder of this race. You have to say that that's Chameleon stuck in 16th position. That's probably his worst finish of the season. Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. You are not wrong, Sully. Thank you for that comment. Yeah, Miami, baby. Yeah, can we just get it done and get out of here though, because Miami's a shithole. Anyway, it is Florida after all. Now, so Mormick making an incredible push. He is 10 seconds off the points, but this dude is not giving up by any stretch of the imagination. It's probably too much to ask him to get up to Major Jam, but after a false start, that's an incredible comeback. How art thou, Sully? It is nice to have you in, fella. So now let's see. It's all spaced out. It looks like the guys at the front have just made the decision. We're going to the end. I would love to know the state of those tyres right now. And you have to imagine Elite Carbon is likely to, well, he's going to jump Blue Gunner for sure. But if he can get up another 2 seconds, he's also challenging Big Knuckles, who has that penalty. Budge is 4 seconds off Rhinoceros ahead of him on a better set of tyres. Can he make it work? With Is a Hero gotten a 3 second time penalty, it looks like also. So the Angry Chameleon is falling off, way off the back of Kaiser Gunnar. That is another one that's gone. He's not going to be able to do much in this. He's going to have to just get to the end of this race, lick his wounds and come back and make a big push for next week. Is he going to enjoy Azerbaijan more? Ironman. Ironman taking over. Ferrari's running 11 and 12 after a particularly bad start. It is now plain to see that those guys in those Ferraris are coming of age and they're going to start getting results. And you saw it last week. Ironman finishing 5th and Mormick is setting fast laps this week. He may yet do that. He may yet do better. The only problem is that he's unfortunately for him, guys ahead of him are not stopping like they would have you would have imagined. It looks like Isahiro will lose at least one space to Rodanosaurus, which means that the Williams of Rory Drain and Rodanosaurus will be 6th and 7th at worst, providing all else is fine. We haven't had a safety car, I say, touching wood, because that was what the guys running on the hards could only have dreamed of. And Elite Carbon has now overtaken Blue Gunner, who was back behind him. This puts now, it's 1.4 seconds that Elite Carbon has to make up in this final stint. We're going to stick with this now for a little bit because everybody has made a decision to go, and there are very few people who are within Angry Comedian up to 13th. Did people stop? No, a bit of a clash at the back, was there? Must have been a bit of a clash between Kay Flemo and Vernie Byrne and Kaiser Gunner, because Iron Comedian is after jumping over them. He will drop back if the penalties stay the way they are. He looks like he will drop back. Kay Flemo is in the wall and Vernie Byrne is DNF'd. And I said no fucking I said no. I said there were no. Are we under VSC? It looks like it. Where the hell is Kay Flamo and Vernie Byrne? Must have been at it, and they went and ended their races. Wow, that's incredible. That is incredible. Kay Flemo 5-second penalty speed in the pit lane. That'll be him going in to retire the car, we shall say, as opposed to lamping it into a wall. Has he done this correctly? And he better not be coming back out. Is he going to finish the race? Looks like that's the end of his race. Elite Carbon, of course, though, up ahead. He is 4.2 seconds. He is now 4 seconds behind. 3.9 seconds. This is the race. Our man with another penalty. That means Comedian will jump him. But he is too far behind Mormick at this stage, I have to imagine, to make even 11th at this stage. Elite Carbon. Oi. No. Kay Flemo came back out. He did. Fair play. He's going to finish the race at the very least. Okay, so Elite Carbon in this alpha, he is going to go for it. He is going to get inside that. He needs another 8/10 in this point. This is where it's at, folks. This is where we're going to stay. As we see, if Big Knocko's penalty is the thing that doesn't, and he is, because now Big Knockos is struggling on those tyres. It's better that they went. Bunsey is still in 4th. He's still in 4th. Welsh Wizard behind him on those nicely fresh mediums, which is likely to knock him down a position if he can make it happen. But if Bunsey can make some time up, or keep it here, these guys on the mediums at the front are just making sure they go to the end. It looks like Big Knockos is not even going to win it on track now at this stage, because he has probably gotten a flat. Is that a flat he's running? He is running a flat, and that is detrimental to him. He is after losing a podium. He's after losing it all now. Bunsey is going to be on a podium if he retains this spot. That's incredible stuff as this race comes to an end. Can he push for this last race, or this last lap, and get up 1 or 2 positions? Doesn't look like it. He's too far behind Bunsey. And that is... Oh no, Welsh Wizard jumped Bunsey. Wow, and Elite Carbon made the right call. He went with the hards, and the guys who went with the mediums, they took a gamble. It didn't pay off for Big Knuckles, who finds himself all the way back now in 7th position, just in front of Budge at 8th. And Mormick all the way up to 10th. He is going to score a point in this race, regardless. Angry Comedian is a hero, is gone. is a heroes after falling all the way down. Wow, that's crazy. Mormick, this is a great recovery drive from Mormick, a great recovery drive from Bunsey to get 4th after a false start. This is incredible stuff. Look at this. Blue Gunner is now 9 seconds ahead of Elite Carbon is at 9 seconds ahead of Blue Gunner, and this is going to be an incredible end to this race. Wow, this is great. This is an incredible end. And folks, your Miami GP, your wheel-to-wheel Miami GP winner is, of course, Elite Carbon. And we have Blue Gunner following over in 2nd place. Incredible drive by him too to get 21 laps on them. Bit of luck involved. Welsh Wizard getting up onto the podium because Blue Gunner and Elite Carbon didn't stop. We have Rory Drain following up in 5th, or Bunsey in 4th, Bunsey then Rhinoceros, Big Knockos rounding it out, and of course Budge ending up in 8th there, the way it was. Some of those guys ahead who didn't stop, who should have probably stopped, but as you saw, Big Knocko still got a puncher and made it happen. We have Mormick, in 10th position, coming around, who's come around. Oh! No, I beg your pardon, we are starting the final lap. What the hell? It was saying that was Big Knocko's DNF. What the hell has happened? That means Iron Man is going to be up. But he's then going to give it to Chameleon. This is why you drive to the end, folks. This is why you drive to the end. DNF. This is the final lap. I was full sure that was the final lap. Oh my God. And we're going to have Angry Chameleon take a point in this race regardless. That's why you keep driving, folks. We have had a few DNFs that should not have happened. Wow, Kaiser Gunner all over the back of Chameleon. Does Chameleon have more? Who has the most points? But we're going to follow Elite over the line for real this time with Welsh Wizard in 2nd position, finishing 9 seconds off the pace, with Bunsey following up and getting a podium. What happened to Blue Gunner? Did he just crawl across the line because of those tires blowing in the last lap like the other? That was the danger of running long. Rhinoceros is in 6th. Budge, followed by Budge in 7th. Major Jam in 8th. Mormick in 9th. Iron Man in 10th. And Angry Chameleon back to 12th with all those penalties. Wow. Kaiser in 11th. Coming down there is more Iron Man coming across and getting a good drive. 5-second penalty unserved for Kaiser. Angry Chameleon is going to come around. He's just kind of sauntering around this stage. The race is over for him. Whoa, what an end to this race. Big Knockouts, K Flemo is a hero. Verdi Vern and Buff Lucas all out of this race. And why not see involved in just an incredible amount of action during the middle stint in this race. And that is the Miami GP, the wheel-to-wheel Week 18 Miami GP. Rory Drain, driver of the day, and you have to say it was a good choice for those guys who went hard to the end, because some of the guys, they did lose a ton of positions as a result of those tires blowing. Wow, what a finish to this race. It is another week in the books. We have 6 races remaining, isn't it? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 6 races left. We will have a look at that in just a second as we come to the end. Wow, that is it, folks. What did you think? Is that how it should have played out? Is that what you thought it would? I have to say, it's an incredible drive from Elite Carbon, up from 6th, finishing 1st. So the drivers are, the standings are Elite Carbon in 1st with Welsh Wizard in 2nd, Bunsey in 3rd, getting a podium despite the fact that he got a drive-through penalty for a false start. Rory Drain in 4th, Blue Gunner Rory Drain just has to be noted starting 14th position up to 4th, Blue Gunner in 5th, Rhinoceros in 6th. Budge dropping from 4th down to 7th in the standings, with Major Jam in 8th. starting at 7, so around where he started. But Moormick, despite the drive-through, also getting 9th and 2 points. Kaiser Gunner getting points again this week. Iron Man, bit of a disappointment, but starting in 17th, finishing in 11th. Angry Comedian in 15th after starting pretty much, in 12th after starting in 15th. Why Not See in 13th with Big Knockos. K Flemo Is a Hero, Vernie Vern, and Buff Lucas all DNFing in this race. Angry Comedian improving, I suppose, as a result of a lot of DNFing in front of him and a lot of shenanigans. But it was a tough race for all, needless to say. We had people there who were driving incredible until such a time that they got knocked out. I just had to say that was a very bizarre race. A lot of it spaced out. A lot of it, needless to say, I suppose, a little bit pedestrian at times. But we had very interesting strategies. We had people go all the way on those mediums in the end, deciding stopping again was too much to do with not enough laps remaining. Maybe they should have gone hard like Elite did, which an incredible decision to do so. You see Rory Drain benefiting from that as well. Moormick also benefiting as well. Anybody who had a good rate, who was having a good final stint and had chosen the hard tires, all benefited hugely around those guys who didn't, who chose the mediums not to stop or chose the mediums to actually stop. A lot of people making up some time. Okay, that is the end of week 18, folks. I am going to call it a night. I am exhausted. It is midweek and I still have a day's work to do tomorrow before setting off for a long weekend. But I much appreciate you all for joining me. Thank you so much for Sully, Spider-Man, Mark, Mayo Man, and all the others for joining us in the chat tonight. If you have any questions or anything for them, get them into there. And for the love of God, for those who haven't, please, 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 sympathy, follow and like on the stream and the profile. We would much appreciate it if you want to get up to the wheel-to-wheel. You want to get to the wheel-to-wheel stuff and all the rest of my socials. You can do so by hitting up there in that the top left, that scanning that QR code. You will get all the links you need in order to get in on the action. Do join us on the Discord for Wheel to Wheel, as it is. There is going to be some big events and some big stuff coming up in Wheel to Wheel this season or later on this season. Okay, folks, it is time to sign off. It has been an absolute pleasure as always, and see you on the flip side.